Welcome back to Talk of the Town. The play, A Piece of My Heart, follows the true stories of 6 young women and their service during the Vietnam War and has been called the nation's most enduring theatrical production that deals with the Vietnam War. The Beaufort Theater Company will present the show May 16th, 17th, 18th, and 25th at the USCB Center for the Arts. Here to tell us more, director Gail Westerfield. Gail, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You have directed tons of plays, so why did you choose A Piece of My Heart?
Well, I was looking for a show with a lot of women in it. We have a ton of talent around here, and it tends to be specifically female. I don't know why. And we'd done a show last year called Love, Loss, and What I Wore that had a lot of women in it. So we were looking to do something again like that. And I asked a friend of mine, who's one of my favorite directors of all time, what he recommended, and he recommended this play. And I'd heard of the book that it's based on, but I had never read the play before, and then I did and fell in love with it.
So tell us a little bit about your actors.
Well, they range in age from 19, I think, to 60-something.
Great.
Late 60s. So a big variety of actors. Originally, the script is written for 6 women and 1 man.
Okay.
And the women all play multiple roles. They play named characters, like they're main characters, but then they play other roles. And the man plays all the men. But I had such good auditions and so many people came out that I couldn't do that way. So I made it harder on myself, but better for the audience. And I added 3 women characters who they play all the multiple roles now.
Okay.
And then the other 6 women play their named
Just
characters.
specifically their
And then we
name.
have 2 good-looking, hunky, all-American guys instead of just 1.
Okay, good. More reason to come out.
Yes, absolutely.
So what is the most amazing fact that you've learned about women serving in Vietnam?
Oh, so many things.
I bet.
It turns out I have a personal connection. A friend of mine who was one of the people that were interviewed in the original book, and she's going to be coming to see the show. She was a nurse in Vietnam, and I'm very excited about that. But we've just learned a ton, all of us, about at least 11,000 women served, but nobody ever kept track of how many women there were in various capacities. And there were some that were in country, and then there were some that were elsewhere overseas, and some that were here, and in all kinds of different places. But it's sort of fascinating to me that they still don't know how many women were there.
Yeah.
So some of the proceeds from our ticket sales are going to go to the Vietnam Women's Memorial Fund, and one of the things that they do is they're still looking, after all these years, to try to find women and identify them and get their stories from their time in service.
Isn't
there.
that wonderful?
Yeah,
I love
it's
that.
really great.
You said this story really, we talked a little bit before the show, it's not so much completely a very dramatic show. It has some comedy elements.
There definitely are dramatic elements
right,
to it,
right,
in that
right.
It's a true story. I mean, all of these women's stories are real, so they saw some horrific things, obviously, and they have some very difficult experiences, especially when they come back, just like the men that served in Vietnam.
Right.
It was a very divisive war, and the response to it wasn't what you would hope. But partly it's because our cast is super close, I think, that we tend to laugh a lot during rehearsals. And I've just been noticing in the last few rehearsals as we get closer to showtime that there's some really poignant moments and some really funny moments, and I just don't want people to think it's like one big downer. It's not like you're in the Vietnam War when you go there. And there's great music, and some of it's live because one of the characters is a USO singer.
Yeah.
So she sings quite a bit during it, and we have a hilarious USO show routine that sparkly girls shaking their behinds. What more could you want?
How fun. That sounds
very
like a great time.
Yeah.
So you're looking for photos. I'll let you elaborate on that.
Yeah, I last year, like I said, when we did Love, Loss, and What I Wore, we collected pictures of women in their favorite and least favorite outfits. And we did a slideshow, a PowerPoint presentation, basically at the beginning of the show. So we wanted to do the same thing, and we went national, basically even international, asking people to send photos of women who'd served. They came in dribs and drabs at first, but just yesterday I got some from a woman I'd spoken to who lives in Tampa and had written a book about her experience in Vietnam.
Wow.
And she sent me this huge package. So we could still use more if people want to give them to us, but we're putting that together. So if you come to the show about 10 or 15 minutes early before curtain, you'll be able to sit and listen to music and watch these photos, which are really, really amazing.
Yeah, I bet, I bet. So quickly, who's your favorite scene or character?
Oh, that's so unfair. They might watch it, and I can't really say. I really do love that USO show.
Yeah.
And then in the second act, I can't give away too much, but we follow the women until their time it's about, I think we figured about 15 years later, and there are these scenes in therapy where they're all in like a rap group. It's not really therapy, and they're describing sort of where they are in their lives right now, and there's a lot. It's about PTSD basically, which didn't have a name then.
Right.
And there is just some tour de force acting going on there. I can't even tell you. And some of these people have been 1 or 2 shows. Some of them are very experienced and some of them aren't, but all of them are just fantastic to
Gail,
watch.
thank you so much. We're looking
you.
forward to the show, and
Right.
all the information about ticket sales is going to be on the screen for
Great.
you. And we thank you so much. We'll be right back with Talk of the Town.